Hello crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I am here with the Kit Club video. This is the May Kit Club. A little late, but I'm here. This month's Kit Club has another fun theme. It's a scholastic theme. Think of cards for teachers. Think of you being a teacher and wanting to make cards for your colleagues or for your students, etc. It's a fun collection. Plus, there's some other little tidbits woven into the scholastic. In case you don't want to craft that way or that style, there is some other little added goodies as well. Such a nice Kit Club again. Great job, Josie. Another month of yay for you. But before I get started in this video, crafters, I want you to know that there is a giveaway happening right now at Spellbinders until the 31st of this month. It's for the Color Wheel Wow giveaway. They're giving away the full 48 colors, 5 sheets of each color, 12 by 12. So you can just trim them down if you want to put it 8.5 by 11, but at least you'll have some good scraps to work with. I will put a link so you can enter below. Every single time I post a video, that entry form will be there. It has like over a $200 value too. So please enter to win. I will put the link in the description box below. It will say giveaway for that entry form, okay? So you have until the 31st to enter. Also, crafters, there is a mystery box at Spellbinders for $75 worth of, I think it's $250 worth of product. I'll put it here on the screen as well. It's been a long week, so... But at least I am here. Okay, crafters, let's take a look at the Scholastic Kit Club. You see the fun? You see all the cards that you can make for younger folks or for teachers? Let's get started. This is the entirety of the Scholastic Kit Club. Great job again, Josie. This is perfect for all the back to school cards for kids to give to other kids, kids to give to their teachers, especially if you have younger children. This is a great kit club for you. The caboodle bonus for this month is the Yay crayon dies. This is absolutely adorable. This would be your freebie if you subscribe to all 10 clubs. There is this die, which is an add-on die. So this you can purchase by itself. This is called Spell It Out Fridge Staples. This goes with the large die of the month, or you can use it by itself. I think this is adorable. If you do a lot of recipe cards, kitchen style crafting, anything like that, because this can work in your journals and your recipe books as well. This is fun. The little milk carton, the water bottle, soda bottle, that type of thing, mustard and ketchup, and just really fun. Even the eggs too. So this is Spell It Out Fridge Staples. Whether you subscribe to the club or not, you can get this one, okay? So this is sold as a standalone, just add-on die. This one, though, you have to subscribe to all 10 clubs. There is the wax seal of the month, which will also come with some wax beads. You get a full pack of wax beads. Sometimes you'll get something different as well. Maybe you'll get like the silicone stirring spoons. I'll come back into this later on because we're going to talk about that. And for the glimmer of the month, you'll also get a hot foil roll. Looks like this month is satin pewter. Pretty. First up, I'm going to talk about this adorable deluxe caboodle bonus. Yay, crayons. This is a cute little die set. And you have the options of using the faces, so these are drop-ins, or not. It makes an adorable crayon. I was going to turn this into a tag, but when I put the second layer on with the foam, I was like, I guess I'm not turning it into a tag. So I turned it into a little note card. This would be fun to mass produce for your kids' classroom, for your kids to give it to their teacher, or for you to put a little note in their lunchbox like this and have a little card and put the sentiment on the inside. This is a shaped card. So sweet, right? So I made the 2 crayons, and then here's the little bodies, and I love the action. You guys know I love cards with movement. This has such great movement. That's why I angled it the way I did. This is a combination of Bellini cardstock here in the back, waterfall, teal topaz, poppy, and pomegranate. So those are the color wheel cardstock that I'm using. I'll link my color wheel cardstock video here if you want to learn more about the 48 new colors at Spellbinders. Color wheel cardstock, 2 thumbs up. So this is just a little example of it. So super cute. So I made my 2 little guys, popped in back those little eyes, little arms and legs. I think this is adorable. So the caboodle bonus is just absolutely sweet. The sentiment comes from the clear stamp and die of the month, Crayon Creations. Look at this. So this is like the die version, and then this is the stamp version. The sentiment, "You're the brightest crayon I know," is in here. So there's some fun sentiments. And then you stamp this out. This is really fun for your summer crafting too with the kids. They can do all of this stamping too. That's fun. And in the back here, you get a die for every single thing. If you don't want to have the faces, then you can drop in this for like that oval piece on a crayon. This has it as well, okay? So you do have options, but these two are like if you don't want the faces, but I couldn't help the faces. I think it's adorable. So the crayon by itself is 2¼ inch tall, with the legs 2½ inch tall. The width is 5/8 of an inch, with the arms coming out maybe to about 1½ inch, okay? So really, really nice sizing, super cute. To finish off this card, I'm using Perfect Touch Arches and Tag die. I love this set. This is 7 dies in total, and the largest die is an A2 4¼ by 5½ inch with a great stitch detail coming 6 more times in to a little tag. I could have also done this background, have my crayons, and then put that little tag on it too. Have fun with a fabulous set like this. This winner, by far winner. For the black card base, I'm using this die right here, the third one in, and then that layer in the Bellini is this one over, okay? And in the back, you just cut a second layer, you put a 1/2 inch score line and glue the tops together to make your top folding shaped card. Isn't that adorable? So sweet. Love, love, love. Up next, Classroom Chronicles die. This is the small die of the month. You get this adorable apple, which is your teacher. Could also be your kids too, because there's a graduation hat. Glasses, the little arms. This is for that pencil. There is a little leaf for the top of the apple. And then you get these sentiments. There is best, teacher, and these are drop-ins. There's also congrats that works with this. Study with the drop-in. Wisdom here. Knowledge and student works here as well. So you could say to the best student, to the best teacher, things like that. This is really, really cute. Nice comprehensive set, Josie. Really unique and fun. Normally when there's an apple die for a teacher, it's just the apple only and nothing else. This one is giving you a whole story to tell. Self-contained, ready to go card. Here is my horizontal card example. I love all the fun that's going on here. Here's the adorable teacher apple with her glasses. She has on her little silver glitter glasses. This is treasured cardstock. So love. This apple started out as blush color wheel cardstock with some red ink blending. I did not want a dark, heavy red. I did put some glossy accent here, which turned it a little bit darker, but I wanted the glasses to have that look of a reflection. So cute. You can tell I love this card because I went to town with this card. So this card reads, to the best teacher, and then here's a teacher with the book open, knowledge, wisdom, and study. I love this so much. So I had a great time here. To help me with the color choices, I'm using the new DIY color deck. I'll link my introductory video here for this fabulous deck of cards with a low price point for 52 cards that will help to teach you the color theory. I think it's working. I still have not found my color wheel yet either. Both of them. Or 3 of them. I have looked about 5 separate times. But right now, I'm also in the process of packing up my craft room and purging my craft room because I am building a craft studio. Don't know when it's going to be ready, but you will definitely get a tour of that one. It's somewhere because I wanted to now bring in the color wheel with this just to see if I have grasped anything yet. But I know the DIY deck is easy for me to use. I keep saying that, don't I? I keep talking about how I don't get the color wheel. I believe I'm not the only one. So if you have a color wheel and you're like, I have no idea how to use it, you're not alone. I am just as lost as you are. But the DIY color deck is helping me. Interesting enough. And I like that I can put cardstock here to further reinforce learning the whole color wheel concept. So this card was inspired by this. Here I'm bringing in, I believe this is mint, a little touch of blue, this pink. I can't remember what the pink is, but this is all color wheel cardstock. For this yellow, this is actually sun-kissed essential cardstock, the older cardstock, because I need to use up all my cardstock. I have a lot of that one too. So I use this to help me pick out the colors that I put together with her little book. Isn't that fun? And then on the back, there's always great little tips too. I think there is a rhythm with this card. This is a little bit oversized. It was going to be a 5x7, but it was looking too big and I wanted to bring it in more. My little teacher measures 1½ inch wide by approximately 1½ inch tall. Really, really cute. You could have a bunch of apples together. I think that would be fun. I even brought in my Jelly Roll pen to do a little bit of accent, and I pieced back in the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. So super cute, very easy to come together. You can mass produce these as well. If your kids have 7 periods at school, then you could make one for each classroom, for each teacher. I chose the sentiments: knowledge, wisdom, study, and then teacher is here, best is above it, and then to the is right here. So fun. In the background, you're looking at the 3D embossing folder of the month, stacked storage. This is pretty. Lots and lots of books. Love, love, love. It's like just a stack of books. And you can turn it sideways. That's what I did here. You can use this both vertical and horizontal with ease. 5.5-inch wide, 8.5-inch tall. This is what was inspiring the card to be a 5x7 in the first place. Then I switched it up because my card was being wider than it was tall. Fun, 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 fun. Great embossing folder. Now this kit club can work seamlessly with the March kit club of last year, the book kit club, which I still love. So of course I had to go back into it. This is the large die of the month from March of 2024. This was recently on sale in both the spring cleaning warehouse sale and the BOGO sale. BOGO sale was your best deal with this, $20. Love, love, love. Classic Tales dies. You're going to get books, kind of like, you see the book spine? You see, you're going to get books. So you see how the book spine looks like this too? Wonderful. And one favorite feature on this fabulous die is the open book that has my teacher popping out of it. Love, love, love. This just sets off all of this. And then I stack these books on the bottom, but I could have also done these decorative ones. Comes with a house, 2 trees, and some foliage. This is a fantastic one. Put it in your wish list if you don't own it already. If you love this kit club, look at that March kit club. I called that kit club the storytelling kit club, but it can work very well with this one. A lot of it too. The stitch die of the month, the small die of the month with the owl can work in here as well. I think they both work very seamlessly. If you have all of the March kit club, bring it in with this one. I think that would be a winner. I embossed the background here in white, put a little bit of Distress Oxide in Salvage Patina, but to tie in the whole card, I came in with some Vivant ribbon. Vivant trim is luxury ribbon, twine, and cord at Spellbinders. So here is some Vivant. Did I say Vivant ribbon? Vivant twine, the black and white twine. I think this just adds that finishing touch. And then I have a black card base. This is popped up off of this for my top folding horizontal card. Love, love, love. Super love this. Up next, crafters, is the large die of the month, Spell It Out Fridge Dies. This one veers away from the scholastic, but you could do scholastic if you put the sentiments here. Like if you did an A+, maybe bring the apple over here on the fridge, something like that. But this is more like your home. You could also use this one for recipes as well. You could have the fridge, and then on the inside, you could write like maybe a overnight oatmeal recipe for your friend, something cold, some sort of pudding recipe too. That would be fun. You could type out the recipe, shrink it down, put it in here, then put the shelving here. Notice the little add-on die, and then put your to and from in here. This I think is a winner right here. It is different than the school scholastic feel, but it still has a place in terms of being sentiments in here and a feel to it. This is the first time you're actually seeing a large die of the month on a smaller die set because it's a lot of bits, but they're not big. The only big piece is the refrigerator itself, which is a vintage refrigerator, which I so love. So the refrigerator measures 5.5-inch tall. So this is why I have it as a shaped card, and 4.25-inch wide. So this is a full A2. You just slide it into an A2 envelope, ready to go. On the front, there is the little bars for the fridge handle and the decorations. Here I use some treasured cardstock. If you haven't seen treasured cardstock, it's an assorted pack of specialty cardstock at Spellbinders. It comes in 3 colors, silver, gold, rose gold. It is 15 sheets, full-size sheets, 3 each of 5 styles. And the styles are glitter metallic, matte metallic, brush metallic, mirror metallic, pearl metallic. Here you're seeing matte metallic, and out here, glitter metallic, okay? I love treasured cardstock. Just fabulous. Just fabulous, fabulous. And it comes with that wonderful cheat sheet that I get to show you all the time. And I'm also using the glitter silver here as well for the sentiment. Now, this is a very small die right here. Look how it cuts so clean for glitter. Normally, when you cut glitter, you'll see little bits and you have to clean it up. Not with that treasured cardstock. So I have I Love You Most. For the refrigerator, I have waterfall cardstock. For this little poster board on the refrigerator, Seaside. And for the magnets, I'm using Oceanside, okay? And my little flowers are saffron color wheel cardstock. How you assemble the refrigerator card base, you cut this twice, and right here, You fold it and you can put the flap on the outside or the inside. I wanted it to close a little bit flatter, although it is kicking up a little bit because of all of this going on. I put this on the inside, but you could put it on the outside too. For the second one, you would just use your trimmer and cut it off, or your scissors, okay? And cut it straight down. You do get an embossed line to know where to cut. And that's how you make the shaped card here. So super fun. These are shelves for the refrigerator on the inside or outside if you want. And then here are all the additional bits and bobs and goodies. Here are the notes. So this is a note. These are notes. This is a Polaroid. I didn't use a little teacup here, but this is super cute. I do have these all popped up. So for this little bit right here, which is my sentiment panel, I used Perfect Touch rectangles and tag die. So this is the brother to Perfect Touch arches. Both of these, fabulous. Just absolutely fabulous foundation dies. Normally I'm out here at the A2 or coming into the second layer. This time I came in about here or here, one of these two for that, and fit the sentiment in here. Isn't that cute? So super love. On the inside of the card, I'm using the Spell It Out fridge. These apples are actually right here from the large die of the month right there. You see the shelving too here as well? So you get a large shelf and a small shelf with this little bit on the top. Of course, on the inside of this fridge is going to be glittered shelves. And look at the little eggs. So I have like eggs, juice, fruit, all sorts of fun with this little Spell It Out fridge staples. I love this. I think this is so much fun. So super cute. Like I said, if you want to do recipe cards or anything, just put it over here. And then you could put, you know, to and from or something on the back then. For the sentiment, sending a toast to a love-filled day. This is the Valentine Happy Hour Sentiments press plate and die. I wanted a sentiment in here because I have I love you most. I wanted it to be a love-filled day. So that's why I came into that Valentine Happy Hour sentiment set. This is glimmered on black cardstock matte silver hot foil roll, which also influenced my shelving, which gave nice contrast too to all this pretty waterfall cardstock going on. So super pretty. So this is the large die of the month Spell It Out fridge, along with the standalone Spell It Out fridge staples. Love. Up next, crafters, I guess this one could be scholastic. If you wanted to send a card to your teacher that says, have a relaxing holiday, you could do the chair. You don't have to do the cat, but the cat is adorable. But there are books and the little reading in your chair. This is so super pretty. This is the stitch die of the month, which does not require a lot of stitching. So if you are new to stitching, I will link my Stitchmas Day 1 video here where I show you how to stitch on paper. All you will be stitching is the light and the chair. Everything else can stand by itself. And you can use this in all different kinds of fun ways. I thought this was like a coffee table, but then you could put this on top of it, the rug, to turn it into a coffee table. There's this cute cat. There's this adorable chair. So super duper 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 pretty. And I love the lamp with the little fringe on the bottom. I think this is a whole nice self-contained scene. Josie. 2 thumbs up for adorable. Love this stitch die of the month. Stitched Study Nook. In the study nook, I'm really going heavy into the teals and then a splash of pink, and then the cat is in white. So super pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So the colorway I'm using, crafters, is Seaside, Waterfall, Teal Topaz. I was going to use it, but I decided to add more contrast and come in with that Blue Spruce. So I skipped Teal Topaz. I thought it would have made it too light, but I wanted more contrast. Then I came in with the Touches of Gold, which is brushed gold cardstock. Specialty cardstock. Isn't that pretty? For the chair, I'm not using Color Wheel cardstock. I'm using Essential cardstock. Pink Sand. Pink Sand was the perfect shade that I needed to go with all of this tealy goodness. So if you have any pink sand left, I have a lot of it, thank goodness. Fingers crossed that I keep it, but I like the contrast with the pink sand and all of this turquoisey fun. Here is the stack of books. I'm using alabaster for the outside of the book and then Touches of Gold again. The cat is cut out of that specialty velvet cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. I'll put a link for it below. Everything I'm talking about, I will detail and link below, including this fun velvet cardstock. Really, really fun for the cat. I think that's so cute. In the background for my wallpaper, which I think is so fun, this is a fun embossing folder. This is the 2D embossing folder of the month, Abstract Study. I love the look of this. I think it will be fun on a lot of projects. Great for masculine cards too. 5.5 inch wide, 8.5 inch tall. So fun and graphic. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I think it just works well as a fun background for this look. To finish off this A2 card, my sentiment comes from a favorite of mine. If you watch my videos and you see me bring in Better Press sentiments, you know I love this one. I keep coming back to it. This is the Bestie Sentiments press plate and die. It comes from the Beads of Friendship collection. I'll link my video here. Love, love, love this set. Lots of fabulous sentiments. And I love the little small ones too. You'll always have me. You know, the cat is saying you'll always have me type of thing. So you press or glimmer and then die cut once. Here it is. Glimmered black cardstock, matte silver hot foil roll. So super cute. I love the little sentiment because after I created this whole scene, I'm like, what am I going to put here that won't take away from my scene? That's why I love these little small sentiments too. So sweet. Love, love, love. Can you tell I'm feeling the teal? So fun. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And those color wheel cardstock in the teals. Fabulous. Just absolutely fabulous. Up next, crafters, the Better Press of the month. This is fun too. This is from A to Z press plate. This is a A2 press plate that gives you the alphabet, but not in order. It's just random letters. I love how it looks. Very scholastic, very quick cards to make with something like this. Here I have it pressed out on porcelain cotton card with Thunder Better Press ink. That's the gray Better Press ink. I love Thunder because sometimes I don't want so much contrast like with black. This is black Better Press ink. I wanted the background to be just there, but not fighting everything else on top. Then after I pressed it, I'm like, what am I going to do with this? Because it's so pretty, but I don't just want a white background. So I came in with some Altenew Fresh Dye ink and did a whole bunch of these pinks and had fun with it. It's such a pretty teacher card too. The sentiment, you complete my alphabet, is right up here. So it's from A to Z, you inspire me and you complete my alphabet. And it comes with a coordinating die when you press it out. I love that. I think this is so much fun. For the flowers you see here, I wanted something with a smaller scale. I was looking at my garden wreath add-on, but I decided to come in with this beauty right here. Scallop journal card dies. I wanted something to frame that sentiment and you could still get the fun of the whole background. This is a great little set right here. This is 2 sets, but this one here is super fun. It comes with 3 scallop circles and then up here is the little swag detail, which I have here in anchor cardstock. And then the pinks. The pink is actually pink sand. So I came back into pink sand again and dahlia. You see dahlia? So super pretty. And then in the centers of my flowers, I have graphite gems. I love this card. To cut both layers of this card, I'm coming into another favorite. I have so many favorite foundation dies. Before I got into card making, I used to despise card making because I always was crafting much larger than this kind of size. So in the beginning, I did struggle with it, but these foundation dies, they've brought me to where I am today. I tell you, I love them. And this is one of my favorite sets. Precision layering A2 sets A and B. 16 dies in each set. Largest die in set A is an A2, 4 1/4, 5.5 inch. Largest die in set B is 1/8 of an inch shorter. So what you're seeing here is largest die in set A in black cardstock. Largest die in set B cutting out this Better Press panel. And you see the spacing? When you go between these layers, one after the other consecutively, that's when you get the 1/8 of an inch spacing, which is really 1/16 on each side. Tight, clean layers. I love to use these type of dies, foundation dies with Better Press, especially a Better Press background and glimmer backgrounds. They help you to just frame where you want to be, get it done clean, and you are fine. You aren't using a trimmer and you're guessing things. And it gives you a nice edge. Look at that clean edge. Love, 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 love. Love this card. I think this is just a nice card that doesn't have a lot of bulk. Do you see the little rise here? That rise is 1mm foam tape in black. Love that. And crafters, I forgot to show you. This card was actually inspired by this DIY color deck, which is called Monochromatic Colors. I loved this so much that I brought it over here. Okay, that is what inspired all of this as well, is this card. Isn't that fun? I love this whole monochromatic feel because I normally would not go so many of the same. I would normally do about 3 of these and then I'm done. But this has taken me into going into many colors, even bringing in red because this 6 colors of monochromatic. Love that. Could do this too with all that turquoise. That would be fun as well. Up next, crafters, is the wax seal of the month. The sentiment reads, "So very proud of you." I'll put the name of the wax seal here. It might be just proud of you too. You will get a bag of wax beads. Now this wax bead is something different, and I'll talk about it in a second. This is a nice big circle. It's a 1-inch circle. You'd use about 4 or 5 beads for this. So this is a A2 card inspired by this color actually. In the background, while you see the better press of the month, I dry embossed the better press. There is pressing it out, looking like this. And then there is using your plate system, whichever die cut machine you have, and dry embossing it. I'm using the universal plate system. So it's the floppy mat that you get in your die cutting machine that did this. This is on Cascade Color Wheel cardstock. Isn't that fun? Look at the detail. It really gives nice detail. You can clearly see what the letters are still. This has such nice texture and feel. So this is another way of using your better press. To finish off the card, I'm using precision layering again. You see the tight layers. I also came in with one of my favorites, seal twine. You know, I love seal twine, especially with a wax seal. I cut 2 of this in brushed silver cardstock, wrap it around. And then up here, I wanted to bring in stars, you know, teachers, stars. I think that's cute. This is sealed holiday squiggles. There is the snowflake, but these 2 can be your all year round winner. Happy birthday, and then the stars. Great for masculine cards too with that star. Here I have treasured cardstock in glitter silver and the matte silver treasured cardstock. Okay, so there's a lot of little specialty cardstock here. And then this blue. Now we're going to talk about this wax bead. This wax bead is actually not Spellbinders. This is something I bought because I was curious. This is from Altenew and is haze blue wax beads. It will come in a jar like this. It's a very pretty blue color. This is exactly what this is. It's so funny. What I like about it was the color, and there's a bunch of them. When you are melting it, I noticed it bubbled a lot compared to the Spellbinders wax beads. But I like the color side. That's why I decided to give it a try just to see what it is. But it is a pretty color. I love this blue. If I wanted to make something close to this, I think I could use Cloudy Sky. See, this just has a touch more gray in it. Maybe 3 of these beads, drop in 1 of this one, and then a white. I think that would bump it up to this color. I had bubbles here I had to pop. I had bubbles over here. It was just bubbling like crazy. I made it twice. Bubble-tastic. That's the only thing. I was like, why are you bubbling so much? This doesn't bubble like that. I was like, what is going on? To mix this up in the wax spoon, you could use the Spellbinders silicone stirrers. So this is a 2-pack. There is this option. And then I could take a little spoon and mix all these colors together to get it solid like this. And then go for it. If you wanted to do styles, then you could use this part and smoosh the top to then do the double color. I have no luck with that. One day I'll get there, but not today. This did set off everything, but I think I could make a color like this out of these 2 and maybe a splash of white. So this is Royal Blue and Cloudy Sky. Okay. Up next is the Glimmer of the Month. Scribbled a note hot foil plate. This is so fun. This gives you a nice A2 background that you can use both horizontal and vertical. And then some fun sentiments, which I did not use, but they're there. If it had a coordinating die, I would have gone for it quicker. You guys are like, Suzanne, stop. But yeah, it's true. And then I glimmered another set. So this is on Hammermill cardstock with matte gold hot foil roll. And then I glimmered another set, put the die on to cut out individual pencils. And then I colored this up with my Copic markers. In the background, I also took some Altenew Fresh Dye ink, did yellow, blue, and allowed the mix to do a light turquoisey green there. So this is a fun A2 card. I purposely brought in Perfect Touch rectangles for 2 reasons. 1, to straighten out the image, because this goes like really close to an A2, but it still falls within the detail. Another reason to love Perfect Touch. I think the detail does add fun to this card anyway. So I'm using the largest die in Perfect Touch rectangles for this. So it works seamlessly with this, with all those fun pencils. And the sentiment comes from the Better Press of the Month, from A to Z press plate. From A to Z, you inspire me. And I did stagger my little color pencils. Isn't that fun? So super fun. And I just layered up all these colors and just did a little design. I think this is a fun, nice card too for teachers. If you don't want to pop it up for dimension, then that card will be super flat. And lastly, crafters, this card features 2 clubs. The Clear Stamp and Die of the Month and also the Stencil of the Month. Clear Stamp and Die. I did talk about this earlier, but if you are going to subscribe to this club, and I would detail it both ways below, you can get Clear Stamp only, But for a few dollars more, I always suggest just get the die, especially when it cuts around all the sentiments. It cuts these arms and legs too, as you see here. So this one, I would get both of them just for a few dollars more. This is really, really fun too. I stamped out You're the Boldest crayon in the box and then did 3 crayons. I used the 3 faces here. Here's the body. Here is the little solid piece on the inside. Did not use this part. This would be if you don't want the face and just have it as a standard crayon. Then I did the little bodies, which is just so cute. First time I did it here, I stamped it out and then I cut it. The other 2, I did the reverse. I die cut it first, put it in my MISTI, and then went ahead and did the stamping on top in the MISTI. That was easier for me to get it, lined up correctly because of the body pieces and everything. But I think this is just a great, fun die set. If this was sold somewhere else, it would be a much more pricier stamp and die set too. Just saying, but true. All right, this is 2.5 inch tall by under 1.5 for the arms, okay? So it has the same feel as a Caboodle bonus, just in stamp form. Super duper 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 cute. The stencil of the month. There is 5 stencils in here and it's called Write On Stencils. All I used was this part with the fun circles, but there is also this version, which is the other 4 stencils. I did not do that. I decided to go with this. I wanted to have that retro background. It looked fun to me. You could also have fun with the pencils floating along. I think that's super cute too. So this is a great stencil of the month. To finish up this card, I decided to play with Precision Layering A2, A and B. Out here is set A. Coming in here now for these layers, I think I may have stayed with A the whole time because I can see the layers are wider. It's actually 3 layers. Black, black, and then here is the stenciled image, and then this piece. This zigzag piece, which has that fun look, scholastic too, with that zigzag scissor, which I can't remember the proper name of it, is this piece right here, the inner piece from Pinking Edge Birthday Add-on and Dies. This was just recently on sale too. This is another one you can put in your wish list because it's a very easy self-contained card. You're going to get layers. You're going to get a birthday cake. You even get the sentiment happy birthday. You don't have to do anything else beyond this die set to use this and just make birthday cards. Even your kids can work with this. I always say start thinking about that summertime when they come and you have to entertain them. This would be a great set for them too. So I staggered out my little crayon babies, and then this layer is popped up off of this. These 2 are popped up off of that. And I finished it off with some Silver Mix Gems, the solid part. And this is a fun little card. Another great teacher's card. Okay, crafters, so in summary, look at all these cards. I made 8 cards. Oh, wow. And none of them are 5x7. This could have been, but then it turned into whatever size this is. I probably like 5x6 or something like that. This is just a fun kit club. Again, great job, Josie. If my kids were younger, this would be the kit club I would be going to all the time for all their gifts. And for those cookie exchange or refrigerator cookie type exchanges that people do, this would be fun to put recipes on the inside and puddings and all sorts of fun. Or if you are on a diet like I am and I have a diet buddy, I could send her a card with the refrigerator, It would be much less food because I can barely eat. Crafters, let me tell you, Zep Bound has been rough, which is really Munjaro. I started off on that 2.5 and then I went up to 5 milligrams. Oh my goodness. 5 milligrams is telling me, oh, you think I am a joke, don't you? I can show you what Munjaro can do to you. That's how much it's been really knocking me over. So the refrigerator actually, for me, would be 2 eggs and 1 piece of fruit, some water. I can't eat. I don't know what's going on. It's interesting though. And funny enough, crafters, the Zep Bound is helping me to lose weight. Haven't gone to my regular doctor yet. I'm getting this through a different doctor, like a weight loss doctor. Why do you ask? Because my regular doctor, she wanted me to be diabetic first. And I'm like, why would I want to be diabetic to then go on this? This makes no sense to me. I'm like, you're telling me my A1C is going up. You're telling me my cholesterol is this, my this is that. Why would I want to then become diabetic to then go on it? So I went to a different doctor. So when I see her, I know she's going to be like, what happened? Because my numbers are going to be different, clearly. But it's also helping my sleep. Thank God. Thank God. Fingers crossed it keeps helping me with my insomnia, which is great. So it also helps with sleep apnea, Zep Bound, Munjaro. I'm not sure about the Wegovy, but I know Zep Bound, Munjaro. They're both the same exact thing. Just one is for weight loss, one is for diabetes. Both of them help with sleep apnea and it looks like it's helping me with my insomnia. I did a sleep apnea test. Maybe I do have sleep apnea. I don't know. Maybe I didn't do the test right. So it's helping me. Thank goodness. But I just went off into a whole tangent about the fridge. But that's where I would use this fridge card for a friend. I told her I was on Zepbound, and let me tell you, she's like, give me the name of your doctor. And by the following week, she started it too. It does help a lot, and I do feel healthier, so that's good. Alrighty, crafters, after that tangent, here are all these fabulous cards. And again, Josie, Fabulous Kit Club. Love, love, love. Teacher inspired, diet inspired, okay? Everything will be detailed and linked below. Crafters, thanks so much for watching. Until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Bye!